I mean, look at that already. There you go.
Guys, we're not leaving. We're not getting out of here. Wow. This is amazing. I mean, this is exactly what I think everyone was expecting to see. But wow, that is incredible. It's like a festival, isn't it? That atmosphere, the jubilation, the party scenes right here at Emirates Stadium, they are waiting for us. We're going to be going out there singing, chanting. I cannot wait. It looks so exciting out there.
So excited.
But, Jay-Chan, what you were saying there about Noni is a great point. And we started a live show from the training ground this season. And myself and Frimmy have been on the sofas chatting to our players from the men's team and the women's team. And we spoke to Noni, and he was very honest about when he joined the club. And, you know, obviously, they see what people are saying on social media. They know what's being said. They know what's going on. And he said, you know, that happened. But the reception, the love that he's felt from the Arsenal supporters since he then joined has been brilliant, and it was just really honest and a really good conversation, and I'm just really happy for him because he has been a really big part, I think, of the success this season.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, an incredible deputy to Bukayo Saka. He's come in, and there's so many important games. One that comes to mind, the Champions League screamer that he scored. Do you remember that against Club Brugge? Like, games where we needed just that little bit of individual quality, he showed up. And I think, again, just like all of those players, he absolutely deserves to be a Premier League winner today. And so, man, shout out to Noni, man. It was a wonderful finish.
Yeah, for sure. You've got the microphone here. We have a second one. I was going to say, it's gone. It's lost. It's partying outside of the stadium, but it's over there. How are we feeling? What did you think of that game overall?
Unbelievable. And it's funny, Noni obviously got the second goal. So you've got Noni getting that, but you've got a possibly departing player in Jesus, who was one of the ones that kicked this all off, who got the first goal. Noni's now got 7 this season. You look at that goal against Brentford, that was a big, big point that he got. That was a beautiful header in that game. So many of the things he's got in his game are just so coachable, and it's just such a joy to see him having these moments. And he just looks so at home at this club. He just never felt right at Chelsea. And it was an Arsenal scout put him into Spurs all those years ago. He should have been at Arsenal 20 years ago as a kid. He's finally home. He's where he belongs. And I just see him going to more and more heights at this football club.
Yeah, absolutely. You've done quite well with your predictions this season, haven't you?
I've done all right, Nicole. So, yeah. The last time I was here, sitting beside Jay, and I said we have to win 3-0. I didn't quite mean that. I went to say something else, but then I doubled down like Gary Neville and just went for it. And we won 3-0. Gyökeres scored in the last minute to beat Sunderland. And then today I said that set-piece goal is going to hit hard when it goes in. I just knew it was coming, and up until Burnley, it had been a while since we had scored from a set piece. So I feel like they've been coming back. They've been overdue. So it's nice to get those predictions right, because I don't usually do them unless I'm on this show. So yeah, buzzing. But champions, that's the main thing. Absolutely over the moon. Can't believe it.
I think you should probably play the lottery tomorrow.
Yeah, the thing is, if I do that, there's no hope.
We should also say that Ebbs almost got a goal when we were watching it in here together. Like, come on, this would be, like we said earlier on, the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the lovely cake. Didn't quite happen. And
the thing is, we're going to see so much talk about that moment, and people are going to say he didn't want to score. I mean, it's poetic. Like, I personally wouldn't have wanted him to score like that. You know, I would have loved to see him celebrate, but I think deep down, I don't know if he really wanted it as well. But again, that's just rhetoric from fans and what we believe. But the reality was, Gyökeres did a brilliant job down that right-hand side and like worked really, really hard, and it was a brilliant ball in. And I thought, oh my gosh, Ez has gone back to Selhurst Park and he's going to end it here. Couldn't believe it. If he did score, imagine the chaos. Imagine the pandemonium. He's gone back to his boyhood, to the club that really gave him that chance in the Premier League. He's, like, we can wax lyrical about this kid forever, but he didn't score. But he played all right, and at the end of the day, he's a Premier League winner. You know what I mean? He's a Premier League winner, so that's all that matters today.
Shall we do a player of the match? Maybe do a little poll. So 3 players. So if we have 3 different options, who are you going for? Jay Charm, you can have the first one.
Who am I going for in this game? I am going to go for a Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for a Gabriel Jesus.
Lots of nods in here, like yeah.
I think
nice
he missed a couple of chances, but you got to understand he was in the right spaces for those chances, and he did get that moment, and he did get that goal, that important goal to really break the deadlock at that point. And I just think his contribution today, he worked really hard, he worked his socks off. Could be an easy game to just walk into and not try and play.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like him, where there's questions about his future at the club, he could have just gone in and just been like, it's whatever. But again, he played with his whole heart, he played with everything, and he deserves it for me.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair. Any other shouts?
Martinelli. I would personally give a special shout out to Martin Zubimendi. I thought he was very short today. There's been a lot of critics from the second part of the season. He hasn't been performing well, but you must forget he's been really, really colossal from the first half of the season, and I thought he was a metronome from then. And obviously he dipped in and out of form, and he's come in today after not playing for a while, and he's really assured the midfield, and he's managed to do a shift at right back, and we should give him a lot of props today. I thought Zubimendi was really, really cool today.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Martinelli, do you want to fight for Gabby?
Yeah, a bit like what you said about Jesus with the nature of the game, it being kind of walking pace, players on the beach or preparing for a final. Martinelli was the one that was, some of those runs that he made, he covered a long, long distance, and then he had the composure at the other end to skip past his man or put a cross in, and that's something, again, Martinelli's been criticised for some of these things, and today he looked like someone who was fighting for his place for next week, because let's face it, Martinelli is Champions League heritage. We know that name. Whenever he scores, it's Martinelli, the commentary. He's got a lot of history in that competition, and I think he's going to be looking at that game and saying, I've done enough to at least come off the bench. Mikel, trust me, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Any other players that particularly stood out for anyone?
I'm going to go with Mascara, actually. Martinelli obviously got the assist, but Mascara started that off with the pass into Max Dowman, and I think he played the whole game as well. So, yeah, obviously we did concede, but I didn't think he had a lot of a part to play in that, so I think he had a strong performance.
Okay, a few shouts there. How important...
Who would you go for?
Oh, who would I go for? Good question. I'd probably say Jesus, but I wonder if that's also because of like the story and the feelings. And
it's a bit romantic.
Yeah, and I've been at the club for a few years now, and so I've worked with Jesus a couple of times, and I don't know whether it's more like personal sort of, and really happy to see him get that goal, and he was trying, he was really trying to get it. So when he got it, you're like, and I think the story's really nice. So I'm giving it to Jesus. No, we can all decide, but maybe we'll give it to Jesus. The importance though of the win. Look, we were saying earlier on pre-match that we've won the Premier League title already, that this game didn't really matter, but it's still important actually to put in a good performance and walk away with a win, isn't it, ahead of this weekend?
100%. It doesn't matter. Like, at every level, this is a beautiful thing about the beautiful game of football. At every single level, it does something to you emotionally, right? You want to win games. Every win since I was 4, since whatever level, right? My nephews, my nieces, my kids, when I watch them, I'm screaming like I'm watching the Premier League players doing their job, right? And when you think about how our players are setting themselves up going into a Champions League final, what better way to go into that final with a win? It's that confidence, it's that energy, that assurance that it's like, no, we're champions, we deserve to be champions, and actually we've just come back off of a win with our second team, which is still a strong team, by the way, but we've come away here with the W. Let's go to Budapest and let's get the W there as well. Do you know what I mean? It's that momentum. We always talk about momentum. We spoke about it with, Pep's been a serial winner. We know that he's leaving the country finally. So, do you know what I mean? So we should hopefully dominate now. But he's obsessed with winning, and it's and you can see it with Arteta. This whole game, you've seen how he's been coaching in the smallest of details. He's not forgotten any of the players. It's not like he's just gone, here, you go have a run out. He's still coaching every single person to every little detail, which creates that mentality. I am a winner. So go into that game against PSG with a win is huge, and I think it contributes to the momentum that we've already got.
Yeah, I think momentum's so important in football. Also, by the way, wherever you are watching, we are, of course, going to be heading straight back to Selhurst Park as soon as they are doing the trophy lift. So stick with us, you will not miss it. I want to know how you all are feeling in here right now, because, you know, we've said we are Premier League champions. I don't know if it's sunk in yet. I know some of us are waiting for the trophy lift for it to maybe hit home. And how proud are you of this team, of Mikel, of the Arsenal?
I mean, I think for me, you can see from the weather's prophetic fallacy right now. You know, we're on top of the world. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the story of how Mikel came in and, you know, what he's done with his team, what he's created with this team, and, you know, us getting so close for the last 3 seasons, and to him to finally get that over the line just for a Champions League final as well. It's honestly beautiful. It's a beautiful story, and I couldn't be happier and I couldn't be prouder to wear the badge that I'm wearing for the Arsenal. So,
I mean, Juno said it perfectly. Yeah, I just want to see the players lift the trophy, because I don't think it'll probably sink in until they actually lift it. Yeah, it's just an incredible feeling. I'm buzzing. Don't know what to say, really. That's it for me.
I think we're all just a bit like in shock still. It's been so long. I still feel like, because it's been so long and we've come so close, have we actually done it? Have we? Is someone playing a trick on us? Have we actually done it? And like while we're in here, I feel like I can actually hear people outside. I know that sounds a bit mad, but it's like it's a coming together of so many people who have put so much into it. And I think that's why it's so special, and why we're all a bit like in anticipation, because everyone's energy has been on edge the last month. Yeah. Everyone has been waiting for this, building up to it. Every time people said, "Oh, you're running away with it," we all went, "Oh, no, I don't know, please don't jinx us, don't jinx us." They didn't jinx us, guys. We've actually won it. And it still feels like someone's gonna take it away until we see the lift. I'm like, have we actually? But I think it's just amazing. The feeling in the room here, the feeling outside, the feeling all week has been mad. And let me just say to all those people that bantered us, all of you now want to come to our parade next week? See you later.
It's also such a special group of players, isn't it? And we've kind of been able to see their journey, and we made a lot of new signings who have made such an impact. But we get to see glimpses of how close they are and the togetherness that they do have. And you can really feel that with this group, can't you?
Absolutely. And I think Mikel is the one that brings all that together. You see everything pre-match, post-match. He is the catalyst for everything. And one thing I'd like to say as well is people talk about faith and everything in this team. You didn't need faith. Mikel Arteta has amassed more points than any other team, any other manager over the last 4 years. The evidence was smacking everyone in the face. This was always going to happen. It wasn't if, it was when this was going to happen. We have an elite manager and we've got an elite squad. And this football club has been transformed in 6 years. It's unbelievable. I think I probably will cry when Mikel lifts the title, but that for me is the one. Saka obviously is going to hit hard for every single Arsenal fan. But Mikel, he is the one that made us dream, and he's delivered that dream. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. I mean, for a manager that has had a lot of criticism, I think there hasn't been a manager in the Premier League that at a top club that has received this much criticism for a club that's been doing so well. Like, they just nearly, man, they've been making tifos of him. They've been, you know, any little innovative idea. Like, he's someone that tries new things. And when you're, you know, chasing success or chasing the big thing, you need to try new things to get the best out of your team. But every time he tried, it was documented and everybody latched onto it. Look at what they're trying. He's doing this weird, different thing. He's strange and it's odd. But it's not anymore, right? I always say, we're always on the line of being a nutcase or a genius, right? And that's the line. There is no synergy, because Pep Guardiola was doing all the same things, but no one said anything because he's allowed to do it. He's won. But Arteta, well, win a Premier League because you guys keep on finishing second. So you're absolutely right. You're on the money. He deserves this so much after what he's been through at this club, what he's battled through in terms of changing the culture. He had to uproot so much negativity and just bring back this, I mean, getting a ticket to a game is a nightmare sometimes. Like, just being in and around it is so difficult now. But when you are, you can feel it. It's palpable. Everyone believes and expects us to be the top. We need to win. We didn't have that expectation 6 years ago. We didn't. We were like, we're happy with Champions League. We're happy with improving marginally. The last 3 years, we've been in a situation where we're standing up and saying, we need to win. We have to win. And that feeling alone for a manager to come and do that is a humongous job. And now he's got it over the line as well. So now he's silenced the haters and they can hold that. And now he's also a Premier League winning manager.
Exactly. And it's that resilience. And also I feel like we have quite a few leaders in this team, the likes of Declan Rice, and that moment that is now so iconic.
It's not done.
Where he's, where he's on the floor saying that it's not done, it's not over. And he genuinely meant that and felt it. And hey, look, he was right. And I was really lucky in the week. I got to host a Q&A with Mikel here. And Rich Garlick, our CEO, and James, who's Director of Football Operations. And it was incredible for me to be able to be speaking to them. Amazing. And the atmosphere was brilliant. And we opened up the Q&A to people in the room for Mikel. And he was like, you know, after the Manchester City loss, I was like, oh no, where's this going? And he was saying, you know, I thought, this Arsenal supporter said, I thought it was done. I thought, you know, did you honestly think that? How did you feel? How did you get back from that? And Mikel was like, I was so sure after that, because of the performance, because of everything around it, I was so sure it was going to happen for us and we would win and we would win the Premier League. And he was so confident in that. And I just think he's such a brilliant leader, and the culture at the club, the personalities in the dressing room now, I think we've had the talent the past few years to get to this point, to win a major trophy. But it's also the mentality side of it, that resilience and everything around what has been built at Arsenal that I think has just been so special and made the difference this season, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was touching back on your point. After that City game when we lost to them at the Etihad, I spoke to Thierry on Instagram straight away. I was like...
Hold on, just to confirm, which Thierry?
Thierry Henry. Whoa, buddy.
I mean, that would be such a casual
we love you, Thierry.
Like, I was just saying to him, I was like, I was even more convinced after that loss that we were going to go and win it. And it's finally happened after 22 years, which is still not hitting me yet. But yeah, I was so convinced after that, because our performance after the 3 games in a row that we dropped points in, like, just looking at the way we played from the start to finish, just everything clicked together in that game. And it just grew my confidence even more, saying, like, we're actually going to go and win it now. But obviously back a few games ago, it just seemed impossible because we were in the middle of the title race. But doing it after 22 years, it just means a lot to me, because my lucky number's 2.
Oh, I know.
So, and it's the same sequence as 2002.
Oh, okay.
So just after 22 years, it's unbelievable for me, because I even told my mum, she's watching now.
Oh. Hey, Mum.
Hello, Mum.
Yeah, I told my mum that, you know, 22 years, I told her the whole sequence of us coming second 3 times in a row. And yeah, just to... I can't even speak. I literally told her, if we do it, my whole storyline is going to be completed. And the fact that we went to Selhurst and started the story at Selhurst, and now we've ended it at Selhurst, and we're about to lift it after 22 years. Yeah, I'm shaking now.
Does it make it that bit more special that, look, I know the past few seasons have been a lot. It's been stressful, anxiety-inducing, and coming so close has been so hard. But does it, in a way, make this that bit sweeter, because it's been coming, it's been building, and then we finally got it over the line?
Absolutely. Like, if you think about our own individual achievements in life, like the ones that we've enjoyed the most have always come with the biggest test or the biggest challenge before it, right? I think if it was just easy and we just walked it, I don't think we would have enjoyed it as much as we do. But the amount, I think everybody, this one feels so special, not just because of the significance around the 22 years, it's the hard work that these players have put in. I mean, there's only 2 games that we were outrun in this whole Premier League campaign, and those ones, I think it was against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, and another game where we dropped points against Bournemouth, I think it was. And you just think, these boys put their everything into it, and you could see it. So there would have never have been a complaint from me in any way, shape or form with the effort from this team. And I think that is the most important attribute in life, effort. This team transcends football. Everything they've done has transcended football. That, like, they can go home and be certain, put their heads down to rest and say, we made history at the biggest club in London.
What is it then that is so special about this group of players?
I think every single player has played a part in this win. Like, you know, sometimes in Premier League winning teams, you have sort of one star player that, you know, has like 20 assists or whatever. But every single player has stepped up when we needed them to. So whether it was Madueke stepping in for Saka, whether it was... Sorry. I'm actually going to get emotional.
This is what it's all about.
Like Gabriel Saliba, Raya, just special players. Declan Rice, Saka coming through, taking us through to the final of the Champions League. Just all different players coming through at different moments. It's just the most teamiest team I've ever seen. I swear.
The teamiest team.
Martinelli with Champions League. Like Martinelli with Champions League. I'm so emotional. It's just really emotional.
There's been an extra player this season, and it's because of what Mikel has created. Yeah. All of us as fans, I've never felt such togetherness. We have been the extra player, and we all deserve it because we've put everything. The games where I've cried because we've lost, like literally been bawling my eyes out, not spoken to anyone. The games where we've cried because we've won, like the day out at Wembley, even though we didn't win, these things were so special, and we've all been there along the way, and not one of us has lost faith. And I think us as a team, ourselves as fans, has been that extra person this year, and it feels so good to be all of us together, and hearing the fireworks outside is mad during the day. That's
fireworks
insane.
Outside at Emirates Stadium. We'll be joining them shortly. You were just talking.
Change it for the world.
Yeah.
Just everything, even through the ups and downs, the blips, you know. Everyone sort of thought we were going to bottle it, but we didn't, and it was actually City who did, really. Like, we didn't need... We literally just watched it from our sofas and just, I don't know, man, just seeing that. It was just amazing. It was just incredible.
You were talking about Gabby Martinelli there, and we can actually hear from him now.
Gabby, we've just completed our title-winning season. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Winning the Premier League is something that we've been trying to do for the past few years, and we did it this year. It's down to everyone in this football club, not just the players or the staff, it's the fans and every single person that works in the training ground, the stadium. Everyone deserves this moment, and everyone is part of it.
How nice is it to finish with a win here at Selhurst Park, especially going into next week?
Yeah, I mean, it just gives us more confidence, and we played with a different team today. It's good for the ones that wasn't playing much to get some game time. It was good for me, for sure. It was good for Gabi Jesus over there as well. So yeah, we're happy to win the game and to enjoy the game as well.
You've been here right from the start since Mikel Arteta came in. It must feel so special to you to have lived through all the ups and the downs and finally see us climb to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, I got here even first than him, so it's something that I always talk about. And I got here 7 years ago, and winning this title today, it's something that I've been dreaming of, and it's a pleasure for me to play for Arsenal, and winning this title is something that means a lot to everyone, and for me it's even more. It means so much to me.
How have the celebrations been since Tuesday? They look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course, we've been trying to enjoy, but of course we know we had this game today, and we've got a big one coming up next week, so we have to enjoy, but we have to be ready for the game as well.
Yeah, it's a chance for you to be English champion and European champion. That'd be a dream, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we want to win everything that we can. We are in the final. It's just one game, and we go for it.
Oh, lovely to hear from Gabby Martinelli there.
What a guy.
So well.
What a guy.
And he was obviously talking there about the small matter of the UEFA Champions League final this weekend. Oh, I mean, honestly, for the players, it will be so crazy to have this elation, the celebrations that they've obviously had this week, and we've all seen all the images and videos from that, which have been brilliant. And then today, you know, it's such a high. And then they will have to somehow find a way of composing themselves and kind of getting their feet back on the ground and then switching their thinking this week to that huge final. I mean, that must be quite tough to do.
Yeah, 100%. But this is why I'm actually quite glad that we won it, like, you know, back on Tuesday, because they can get that celebration in, and it then gives them a bit of time to have a bit of respite. We've won this now. Now the celebrations can be tamed, we can enjoy, we can go out, but then we've got a week of just complete and utter focus. We're ready now to lock in. What do we need to work on tactically? It might even be rest. It might actually be that you have a couple of days off before you go into preparation, but I'm glad that they got to really kind of enjoy properly, you know, if they like to drink or they go out or whatever, you know what I mean? A little tipple here and there. Do you know what I mean? If they wanted to enjoy that, that's out of the way. But now we have got the Champions League final to prepare for. And the great thing about this is as well, which is what I was just thinking about as you're speaking, is that we can all go in as fans without that pressure. We've won the Premier League, and so it's not going to feel tense. Yes, is it going to be a challenging game? 1,000,000,000%, it's a Champions League final. But the support that we're going to give isn't going to be rooted in nerves. It isn't going to be rooted in, oh my gosh, what if? It's just going to be rooted in just pure, utter belief in the boys, because they've earned it. They've won the Premier League already. So now we can go free, and they can hopefully play, like, yeah, with that freedom that, you know, we all know technically they're all incredible. And so, yeah, fingers crossed we go in and actually do the job. And, yeah, you let me near that Champions League, you know what I'm saying? You know, we don't want to touch it.
How important, then, is this Premier League title for that belief and confidence and momentum for the boys heading into that Champions League final?
Absolutely massive. We go in champions of England versus champions of France. That alone is a huge thing in the build-up, the tunnel, everything. I don't know if you guys, you probably have, everyone's watched all the content this week.
All the content.
Declan Rice, one of his interviews, he said that everyone felt free. And the word free, and that was such a, I think, like, particular choice of word that it's been hanging over them. Even if you see the phone call he got from Crouchy in his pod, when he's like, we did think at one point it can't happen again. That has to have lingered over the players, and I think that freedom and that belief now, 10 feet tall, go out against PSG. And by the way, how mad is it? We've just won the Premier League, and now we're talking about Champions League final. It's been 22 years of winning a title, and now we're talking about the Champions League. It is crazy. And yeah, I think it's going to be huge next week. It's going to be massive. Just every player's going to be so confident, full of belief. And yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, we've been talking about the celebrations on Tuesday night, and I know, Jay Charm, I know you were here outside Emirates Stadium until the early hours, right?
Till the early hours of the morning.
Making friends,
I
hugging
had the
people.
school run, in the morning.
Yeah, was that nice?
It was interesting, to say the least. I almost got lost on the way to the school, but that's fine. They got there safely, and that's the most important thing, you know?
Well, you just, like, in that moment, I have to, I mean, you said earlier that you were playing five-side football, right?
Yeah,
and you just dropped everything and ran, got on a train, got to London, got to Emirates Stadium. Is that because you were just like, this is iconic, I have to be here?
Well, look, in, God willing, 60 years from now, if I'm still around, right, I'm going to be able to tell, hopefully, my grandkids or whatever have you not, or when it's spoken about, because it is history, right, I'm going to be able to say, I was there that night. I'm going to be able to look at pictures and be like, I was stood over here, almost playing Where's Wally with my children and my children's children, trying to find out where I was. I'll be able to tell you what it smelt like, you know, how it felt, like the atmosphere, what colours were up in the air and smoke. And just being part of that history is something that I just didn't want to miss out on. And just even again, back to the international fans and all the fans who couldn't make it for whatever reason, they are part of it. They are going to remember exactly where they were when they found out the news that Arsenal were Premier League champions. And, you know, they're about to get ready now and bring it out. But, oh, what I've still got goosebumps. I'm getting scared. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how to process this. But, I mean, they deserve it so much. And celebrating with this incredible fan base has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, hands down.
I mean, what a season. You can see behind us on the screen that they are currently building the stage. They're setting up for Arsenal to get on there at Selhurst Park and to lift the Premier League trophy. This is what we have been waiting for over 20 years. It's been such a long time since we had this moment. And the past few seasons, the past few years, this is what we've been building towards. This is what we've all seen. We've all known that we've been capable of. What we've just been waiting for. And it does just feel like the right time, the right moment, the right group, doesn't it?
1,000%. And I don't know if you guys remember it. I think it would have been not last season, the season before. We actually remember watching them. There's pictures of ours being built again to be like, just in case we won it on the last day of the season. That is how close we were. And Arteta from the very beginning has always said this is about margins, fine margins. And he's a 1% manager. How can we improve just that little bit more? But this time we won it and we won it comfortably. I don't know about comfortably, but I'm going to say it anyway.
How have you found this season then? The emotional rollercoaster of a season, or have you been just quite solid throughout, confident?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. Whilst it's been a rollercoaster for emotions, I have been so confident that we were going to win the league. Like, I was on ITV a few months ago and they asked me, what do you think? I said, we are 100% going to win the league. And they were like, oh, really? Are you sure? And they started making fun of me. And I was like, I'm certain that we are going to win the league. I doubled down on it a couple months later when they saw me again. I've been on loads of different platforms, putting my neck on the line. When we've been losing games after losses, all I've been asking for is like, just hang on. When there were moments of fear and uncertainty, I was like, just hang on. It's gonna happen. I knew it was going to happen. And the reason why I knew it was going to happen, because you said the point that was so factual that so many people love to miss, because sometimes social media is a whole world in its own. But points-wise, we have been doing so well. We've been the best team consistently for 4 years. Like, just getting the most points, but just not getting the prize. But this time,
we got the prize!
We got the prize!
On the screen here, we've been watching the scenes at Selhurst Park, and we saw some famous Arsenal supporters like Jack Whitehall, famous comedian who we had here actually on the show on Monday, Martin Keown, Arsenal legend there, another friend of the show, an absolute brilliant player, a huge supporter of the club, of course. I mean, look in there, you can see what it means to him. And then we just saw actually Arsenal CEO Rich Garlick on screen as well. And, you know, having the privilege to speak to him a couple of times in the past few weeks, just finding out a bit more about everything that's gone on behind the scenes and the work and, you know, how much everyone cares, of course, here at the club, and what it means to all of them has just been brilliant to see. And I'm so happy that they're getting to soak the atmosphere, the sunshine there at Selhurst Park. Take it all in. We can see that the stage has been built.
I mean,
and it's ready for our Arsenal players, the team, Mikel Arteta, to get on there, to get their medals, to lift that trophy. This is what they deserve, right? And it's so special for us. I mean, can you even imagine how it must feel to them? What will be going through their head right now, Jay Charm?
I think, like, you know, so in my playing days,
hello.
Sunday league.
Before that ACL injury,
when we run, yeah, exactly, double ACL. But, like, just winning those competitions, like, again, I said it earlier, like, at every level, you love this sport. And, like, there's a camaraderie that comes with it that you can't really explain. But these players, I'd imagine they feel free. I imagine that they know that they've created history.
Is that Theo?
They're aware. Look at that. Yeah, there you go.
He's always so stylish and got great hair.
Yeah. Come on, man. He doesn't even look like he's aging. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, like I think these players are going to go in there and just be like, guys, we've made history, and that's the most insane feeling, right? To know that you've made history already whilst you're currently living. Sometimes it's one of those things you don't know that you're making history. You're unaware of what you're really doing. But this fan base, this club has always already made them know that what you are doing is going to write your name in the history books forever.
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, they must be over the moon. They must be so ready to just touch it and just be like, we've done it. And I think of all of those people, I think Bukayo Saka's probably the most excited. You know, you've got your Martinelli as well, who's been part of the project from the early days. Saliba, again, so many amazing stories. Saliba went away on loan, came back, cemented his place in the team. And there's so many leaders that we could just call out and just be like, I want to see Ben White holding that trophy. I want to see Gabriel holding that trophy. I want to see absolutely everyone. Raya, oh my God.
David Raya, absolute superstar.
Do you know what I mean? He can save the world. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's saving people's marriages because that guy right there, his hands, he is incredible. The safest hands in the world, if you ask me, because, man, what a goalkeeper. He's been so clutch for us. He's like so many match-winning points he's saved us from.
And I feel like sometimes with keepers, they don't quite get the recognition that they deserve. We had 21 Savage on the show actually last Monday, and when I asked him, low-key name drop, you know, my friend,
just, you know, Mr. 21, you know what I mean?
Best friends. We had a lovely time, and he's a massive gooner, and you could see what it all meant to him. And he was talking about his favourite players, and he said David Raya, and it slightly caught me off guard only because he's absolutely exceptional, but. And actually, I think things have changed a lot recently, right? Defenders have been getting so much more glory. They're so much cooler. Like, I think little kids are growing up now and looking at especially the Arsenal defenders and going, I want to be like him. Same with goalkeepers. David Raya, he's just been absolutely insane for us. But I think sometimes keepers just don't kind of get that recognition that they deserve. But where would we be without him?
Honestly, if I could be sinking in a Titanic, David will find a way to save my life. He has multiple times. I mean, he's been unbelievable from game week 1 to the last. There's so many saves you can pick out against Brighton, obviously the most infamous one against West Ham. It's just, he's so complete. There's not a fault in his game, and a lot of people look at his size. He might be not the biggest keeper, but he's so colossal. He's so commanding in the box. He's one of the best cross claimers in the league. He's so good in the way we play out from the back. He's so integral. I mean, 3 Golden Gloves in a row. That's history right there. And David Raya deserves his hands on that trophy. He's colossal. He's done so much for this team ever since he's come in. And there's been a lot of critics. 2 seasons ago when he's come in over Ramsdale, a lot of question marks. He's had a tough start, but ever since then, he's come on leaps and bounds. He's been phenomenal, man. He deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely, very well said. And we are just waiting, anxiously waiting.
We're about to also witness the youngest ever Premier League winner. We're about to witness a boy that still has to do his GCSEs lift the Premier League trophy.
I mean, at that age, where do you even go from there, right?
He's won life already.
Absolutely. We've been speaking about our players and this club and the connection and you know how special it feels, and you can see our supporters there waiting. You know what's funny? Everyone looks quite nervous. It's just because it's they're like, wait, if we've not lifted it yet, does it really mean that we've won it? But I think it's because it's how we're feeling. It's just so emotional, and you're just kind of trying to process everything and the efforts, the stress, the emotional rollercoaster that it has been the past few seasons, and you can see them singing now. I don't know if that means that the players are making their way out. No, I think the players are just in the dressing room, just getting ready for this moment.
It's a really beautiful moment. There's not really a single phone out there like that, apart from this gentleman here who's allowed the phone. Do you know what I mean? He's won it enough times, you know what I mean? He's allowed to do it. But you look at that, but they're all in the moment, genuinely. The majority of fans there are just genuinely just taking the moment in, and that's so rare nowadays to just be somewhere without. Right now is a perfect photo opportunity, but look at it. There's only in this foot. There's like one out of so many, and oh my gosh, here we go.
Albert.
Staff coming out in the kit.
Starting to make
wow, look at that.
And you can see, look at their faces,
That
the
is-
pride, the smiles on their faces. It's their moment as well, right?
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's not just about the players on the pitch.
That's what makes this so special, because you don't see this. You don't see this happening. And shout out to Mikel, because you can clearly see that he's made it clear that this is an everybody situation here. So we are all going to wear this kit because you are just as important as the players on the pitch. Shout out to, you know, our corner coach, you know? You know what I mean? You know, shout out Nico, all of these guys, Albert, Gabriel Haynes on this side, he's come back. Oh man, it's just incredible to see, and I can't wait for that purple badge to turn gold.
All right, guys, I think it's time to head back to Selhurst Park to watch the Arsenal lift that Premier League trophy. Come on!
Welcome back. Well, the coaching staff have emerged from the dressing rooms at Selhurst Park. There has been some celebration in there, I can tell you that much. Mikel Arteta, we're just awaiting for the boss, who took charge, of course, late 2019, his first game, Bournemouth away, you'll recall, a 1-1 draw, led the Gunners to FA Cup glory in 2020, the COVID year, of course, beating Chelsea by 2-1. We all hoped, we all expected the silverware would follow regularly, but we've had to wait. However, after 22 long years, it will be the Premier League trophy, the next trophy that Arsenal will lift, and it's been a privilege to call all of Mikel Arteta's games in charge. This is going to be something special from an Arsenal standpoint, as the Cronkies come out with the Premier League trophy, Adrian.
Yeah, that's a nice sight, isn't it? The Cronkies bringing it out, Josh, and his dad Stan. It looks lovely, doesn't it, with the red and the white ribbons on it, and it's a nice long walk right from that tunnel in the far corner across to the Arsenal supporters.
Well, the dedication from Stan and Josh in particular over the last few years, who's done an awful lot for the club. They really have stepped up.
Yeah, look, I think there was, you know, when the Super League stuff happened, there, you know, there was a bit of a disconnect at one point, but they listened to the supporters, and you can't say that they haven't backed the manager. You know, they've put a lot of funds in, and I think they made a lot of very, very good decisions. And look, this ownership group are winners. You know, they've won in the other sports franchises, the clubs that they've been in over in America, they've all been successful. They know what they're doing, and look, this will be a source of great pride to the Kroenke family. Absolutely superb. And they're going to put it on the plinth and wait for the players.
So the Premier League trophy is set in South London at Selhurst Park, and the Arsenal squad just about to emerge from the dressing rooms and the tunnel. Just listen to the supporters. Not yet, fellas, here we go. Just on the plinth for now. That's the first cheer. Late afternoon, early evening as it is now. And Mikel Arteta to emerge first and foremost. What a job he has done. What a manager he has been, especially this campaign. A terrific man manager. When it comes to tactics and team talks, there are no better. He, for me, has been the biggest reason.
Yeah, look, this is Mikel's title. It's the team he built. I mean, Saka's the only one really inherited, and yeah, it's been masterful, his work. You know, in his first ever job as a first-team head coach and then as a manager, he's built slowly, incrementally, and we've got better and better and better. He's bought brilliantly, and I just think he's improved year on year. And look, no one, whether you support Arsenal or not, can say that this hasn't been coming. You know, 3 years in a row second, really unlucky to finish second on at least a couple of those occasions. This is long overdue, and they did, all of the players and the manager deserve every bit of praise that they receive. And don't they look good in the red and white with the 26 champions on the back of the shirts? That is a glorious sight.
Long time coming, the Invincibles campaign of 03-04. That was special, obviously, for the unbeaten campaign, and indeed for Arsene Wenger in the previous vintage. But this is the here and now, and it's great to see so many new Arsenal supporters. And this is an inclusive club that has welcomed all in from far and wide, not just from the capital and our particular small part of North London, but of course from the wider world. And Arsenal truly are on the global stage one of the biggest football clubs in the world, and today is a special day for everyone as Mikel Arteta is first to mount the stage. Marley Salmon, a young defender, looking a little embarrassed by it all, but every single one of these players have played their part.
They have, yeah. Marley Salmon, you know, he's just out of school. He can't believe it, I'm sure. David Raya, up he goes, Golden Glove winner. What a season he has had. For me, you know, very much a contender for Player of the Year.
Pierre Nketiah receiving his winner's medal, a kiss from the King of the Brazil, Gabriel, who's not got his medal. Come on, Gabby, come back, get back and get your medal.
He was so caught up in the moment, he forgot about it.
What a season he's had, incidentally.
Yeah, just sensational. Yeah, look, Gabriel, what a signing. Yeah, we didn't know a lot about him when he arrived, but goodness me, we do now. What a character. You know, there's so many great signings in amongst this group of players that are going up to get their winners' medals. Calafiori looks $1 million, doesn't he? He's
some brilliant pictures, of course, of him walking through the queue at the Arsenal station before he joined the club. Just fantastic signing. Great to see Ben White here as well. Cruelly cut down for the final few games of the season. Won't be going to the World Cup with England. But look, not just this season, but the previous campaigns, he's been really important.
He's been a massive part of the journey. He's been an OG, hasn't he, really, in terms of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. And yeah, Ben White deserves his props, as does this boy, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Arsenal through and through. Yeah, this is a very special moment for all of the players.
Look, the whole camaraderie within the squad, there is real togetherness. You can sense that. Yeah, some players haven't played 38 games, not even double figures for some, but they've all contributed, both on the training pitch and when they've been called upon in cup competitions. Martin Zubimendi, 56 appearances for the Spaniard. Max Dowman, youngest ever starter, youngest ever Premier League winner, youngest ever Premier League goal scorer, and Champions League player. Well, what more do you want with Max? The world is at his feet.
Oh yeah, look, I don't think this will be his last winners' medal, that is for sure. I mean, to get a Premier League title winners' medal before you've taken your GCSEs is just off the scale good.
Well, Leo Trossard has come up with some clutch goals, hasn't he? The one at West Ham, that will not be forgotten.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Terrific
class player.
21 goals for Victor Gyökeres. Brilliant first season with Arsenal. Look at the pride, look at the beaming smile of Mikel Arteta as he sees his squad one by one grab the winner's medal and take the step onto the stage here at Selhurst Park. Kai Havertz missed the start of the season, but big goals, Burnley, Sporting. Player for the big occasion.
Absolutely.
And who knows what's in store for him next weekend, potentially.
It wouldn't surprise you, would it, if Kai Havertz had a say in that Champions League final. Look, Gabriel Martinelli, a player that has been here a long time, plucked from sort of obscurity, but, you know, lower league Brazilian football, and, I mean, an amazing signing he's been as well. He's been a big part of the journey, as is this guy, when he came in, Gabriel Jesus.
Absolutely, and the whole culture changes when Gabby Jesus comes in, and one or two others as well. Martinelli's goal against Man City at the Emirates, of course, earlier this season. Yeah. Every single player you can pinpoint throughout the campaign. This is what you did, this is what you did.
Yeah, they've all played the part. They really have. This is what makes it, for me, even more special for Arsenal to win the title, because it's all about the collective. It's not about the individual. It's not one player that's driven Arsenal towards this glory. They've all had their moments, and they've all contributed in different ways and equally valuable ways. But yeah, Eberechi Eze, for me,
bit of stardust
among all of the good signings we made last summer, for me, the best.
Declan Rice, a huge cheer. It was never done, Declan, you were absolutely right, as he steps up to grab his thoroughly deserved winner's medal. Maybe more to come from him at the weekend, and for England, of course, this summer, beaming with pride.
I think he's glad he came.
Oh. Bukayo Saka, what a journey he's been on, a world-class player, and again, contributing throughout, despite one or two injuries, but look, this is what it means to him. He's captaining the club as well over the course of this season, in Martin's absence as well.
Oh, he's so
very much one of our own.
Oh yeah, it's so nice to see Bukayo have that winner's medal. Boy, has he earned that.
Jurriën Timber, well, missed the end of the season, but the best right back in the country, a fantastic footballer, and again, elevating the squad with his contributions earlier this season, goals and assists in key games in the autumn. Nearly all of the squad amassed. Mikel Merino, winner against Newcastle, key goal against Newcastle earlier this season, and smiles as he receives the winner's medal as well.
Yeah, well, he's like a proud dad, isn't he, Mikel Arteta?
It's great to see.
The corner of that flip. And he doesn't want to be centre of it. He's on the edge. Here he comes. Here comes the skipper.
Martin Odegaard. Well, after 22 long years, the biggest team from the best city in the world are Premier League champions once again. Title number 14, and this is a first under Mikel Arteta. A team built from the ground up, the best defence in the Premier League this season, and there is real quality throughout the squads. This team, this squad, this club, well, Arsenal, we hope from here on in, will conquer not just England again, but also Europe. Deserved winners of the 25-26 Premier League season. Arsenal are champions of England once again.
It's a beautiful sight. We've waited a long, long time for this moment. To see the Arsenal as champions, and we are deserving champions. Make no mistake about it, this man, Mikel Arteta, he has been the brains behind it. And look, there's tears in my eyes. It's just such a beautiful sight to see. I'm so happy for everyone involved on the journey.
Well, Mikel Arteta has built a fantastic team, a brilliant squad. This team is something special. This club is something special. And that goes for all of the supporters here at Selhurst Park who've somehow managed to get a ticket, and for everybody watching worldwide, the support that Arsenal get from the community in England, in Great Britain, and across Europe and the world. We are proud and privileged to have such a brilliant and diverse fan base, and it's been a real pleasure this season to call the Arsenal games for you. And we've got one more still to come, of course. Big Gabby, the latest to hoist it. into the early evening sky. Sweltering
This will get a big
conditions.
cheer. Bukayo Saka. Drink this in, Bukayo.
Well, the party is continuing in the capital since Tuesday. Miles Lewis Skelly, will he start against Paris Saint-Germain? Adrian would prefer to see him there. We shall see.
Big decisions to be made this week. Huge decisions for Mikel Arteta, but he won't be thinking about that at the moment. It's all about enjoying this moment.
Doesn't look injured to me.
He doesn't. He looks fit as a fiddle, isn't he? Here we go, Mikel. This is Mikel's moment.
Brilliant. Still a player at heart, knows what to do, knows what it's all about. Excellent player for Arsenal in his time here, and is turning into, well, one of the best managers, if he's not already. Noni signed from across town.
Yeah, as soon as he knew we were interested, he couldn't wait to leave Chelsea. But yeah, I was so happy to see Mikel Arteta sharing the moment with his family. It's, yeah, just seeing the joy on his face was wonderful, because he's been so stressed out. You know, so much pressure on his shoulders after 3 second-place finishes in a row. He had to win it this year. He just had to. So the relief he must have felt to get it done this time around is massive. But yeah, look, I think, make no mistake, he will want to get more and more of these. He strikes me as the kind of guy that wants to build a dynasty and go again and again and again.
Classy from Ben White. What a signing he's been. Played as big a part this season as maybe other campaigns, but when he was needed towards the end of the season, he stepped up. Max Dowman. A year ago, I mean, we knew he was coming through. We saw him in the UEFA Youth League last term, but this has just been unbelievable.
Yeah, Rich is at Selhurst Park, winning the Premier League, lifting the Premier League trophy at Selhurst.
Yeah, 1 or 2 Palace fans still here, I think, although there's some in the Palace section that are undoubtedly of Arsenal persuasion. Kepa, I'll save early today. Good backup keeper. Played his part for sure. And still the celebrations come. This has been a special season, a special campaign, and well, for these players, today has been absolutely brilliant. Look, they couldn't do it, of course, on the pitch after Burnley because we had to wait until the Tuesday. But as North London Forever rings around this South London venue, the Arsenal players and fans are going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's a perfect song to sign off with, I think. And has it ever been sung with more pride, with more gusto? You know, this is a glorious sight. And all of the guys down there deserve the moment.
Well, let the celebrations all over the capital, all over the world continue as we hand you back to all of the live from M5 crew, Nicole, Joseph, and to all of the gang, Arsenal Premier League champions once again.
You go mental or not? You can't. Let's go mental.
Arsenal are Premier League champions! Joseph Charm alongside me. You are just standing there watching the scenes at Selhurst Park, watching the dance moves that are going on there. It's just incredible, isn't it? How are you feeling right now? Arsenal are getting ready for this incredible photograph that they are all going to have on their walls of them with the Premier League trophy. Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, I think it's sunk in. I'm feeling super emotional. I've got tears in my eyes. I think we've said everything that we could possibly say, and I don't think there's words that can capture what this moment means to all of the Arsenal fans around the world. And so I'm just so overwhelmed and over the moon and so happy for the boys. And we've got one more to go, one more to go, and that's all that matters now. We've done it, it's here, it's ours. We are Premier League champions, we can say it. So let's go into that Champions League final with the same energy, the same mentality, and bring that home as well. Let's go!
I love it. Smiles on their faces, smiles on our faces, tears of joy. This is what we have been waiting for, and it is so special. We are Premier League champions. Now, we're going to go and celebrate outside Emirates Stadium, aren't we? Because it sounds incredible here. We will be live from N5 again on Saturday for a huge occasion, the Champions League final. We'll see you here at 4 p.m. But for now, come on, Arsenal!